Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for tuning in on this Friday night. We got a lot planned for you tonight. We're going to talk about the Mandela effect, whether it is shared delusion or hidden truth. We don't know. I kind of have my doubts about it, different people, but maybe we'll find out what's going on. As always, we've got the mouth of Houston, LW, on here with us tonight.
Happy Friday, folks. Good to be back from our 4th of July vacation, but looking forward to it tonight. Welcome everybody in the chat, and let's have a fun Friday night.
That sounds like a plan. And as always, we have the philanthropist, the Instagram star, the lady of the world, Gutters Pub, in here with us. How you doing tonight, Gutters Pub?
Doing good. Hey, everybody. Just seen you a few hours ago. Here we go again.
There we go again. And down here joining us, as always, as well, we have a KJ, the, country recording artist, all around the world, too, as well. Famous all over the Southeast. How you doing tonight, KJ?
Hey, guys. Happy Friday. It's going to be fun. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm. And joining us on the bottom, one of our Mr. Producer down here at the bottom, Baker, who's actually going to be doing a lot of the presenting of this tonight, which is going to be absolutely a blast. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, pressure's on, but appreciate having to do this. I mean, I enjoy all this. I enjoy being here with you guys, and yeah, happy to be away from my break and getting right to it.
Yeah, you've been gone for a while, like flying all over, work, doing that work thing. Doesn't that work thing kind of cramp your style sometimes?
I mean, yes, but no. I try to balance out the cramping of the styles with other things.
I gotcha. So why don't you kind of tell the folks what the heck's going on here, because we kind of left this one on you so that some of the other people on the panel who didn't really know a lot about this, we can get the real reaction. So, take it away, sir.
Yeah, sure. So Mandela effect, it's something that I think is pretty recent as far as where it came from and how it came to be. And I think with the onset of the internet, it's obviously blown up more because there's more people that are consciously aware that talk to each other that never, like somebody 100 miles away might have noticed the same thing, but those two never talk. Well, now the communication barrier's been broken, and you've got people on social media talking about this stuff all the time. But you've got different examples of Mandela effect, but it's mostly what I think it's a false collective of memories. Like there's only little subtle differences in what you see as what you thought was reality versus what it actually was. It could be something miscolored. It could be just a simple letter misplacement, but people clearly remember it being one way, and it's this way, and that's the way it was. So it's one of those things where I think that from an aspect of, I guess, the truth seekers goes, people think that this is a proof that there's probably some kind of an alternate reality, maybe possibly like the Matrix is being confirmed in that way, in that aspect, because the Matrix, as you know, is part of the simulation theory. We can go on down that rabbit hole, but the Mandela effect, obviously, if there's an effect, there's a cause, which we'll get into that later. But right, so anyways, it basically it's something that, from a human's perspective, it's widespread misremembering of details. And it all started with Nelson Mandela, who people mistakenly remembered him dying. I think it was in the 1980s. They thought that he got put in prison and he died or something, but then he later became president of South Africa. He only died in, well, I would say recent memory, but for me it's recent memory. He died in 2013. And a lot of people, when they found out he died, he's like, wait a second, I thought he died in the 80s. And that's what kind of sparked this whole, wait a second, there's some other things out there that doesn't make any sense. So that's kind of the gist of what the Mandela effect really is and how it came to be. And I think it's going to be really fun to talk about because, again, it leads you down different, not conspiracy theories. These are, it leads you down actual scientific theories, like theoretical physics in some cases. So it's kind of fun to talk about, really. It's just kind of one of those broad subjects that you can go down different rabbit holes. You just pick your poison.
Well, I like it. And I'm interested to know more about it. This is one of those ones I've never really looked into that much. LW, do you know a lot about this?
No, not really. I know a little bit, and the thing about Mandela that's always been confusing to me is like we were talking last night about it. Was I remember him in the 90s and the 2000s going to like the White House and stuff. So I always kind of found it funny that there's so many people who thought he died such a long time ago. But I don't know too much about it.
Yeah, and I know a little bit. I've seen some of these. I was kind of curious, didn't want to look at the examples. Like we said, gutters, you don't really know much about this, do you?
Mm-mm. I know just little bits and pieces, not tons.
And KJ, you're kind of sitting in the same spot, right?
Yeah, for sure. Same spot.
Right. So we wanted to keep you guys, especially from seeing any of these examples, just to kind of get your reactions to it, get the chat's reactions, get all that. Speaking of that, real quick, everybody joining in. We are, I guess, kind of syndicated on a bunch of different places right now. So, but everybody out there tuning in, we hope you enjoy. It's going to be fun. We do appreciate each and every one of you being there. We're live over on Gutters platforms, LW's platforms, my platforms. We're live everywhere. So no matter where you're watching from, we do appreciate you being here. Just wanted y'all to know that. And please, if you could, hit the thumbs up button and all that jazz. It does help get the stream out to other people. So we would appreciate that. We will go over this and, as always, open up the line there for people to come in and call in one at a time, give their thoughts after we do this. So, yeah, welcome in everybody.
Right. So, I think that without further ado, let's go ahead and kick over the screen and let's get this started.
All right. So, which one do you want brought up?
Well, go ahead and just for now, let's go ahead and bring up. Well, before you bring up clip one, I want to preference this by saying this is probably the more famous one that a lot of people know about, because obviously I would suspect that a majority of us have seen Star Wars. There's actually 2 Mandela effects in Star Wars, but we'll just talk about the one first. So I'm assuming everybody's seen Star Wars. And the one that I think that most people get wrong is the scene where Darth Vader is fighting Luke for the first time and Luke's finding out that it's his father. So the famous line that even I thought was the case was, "Luke, I am your father." And I assumed everybody here thought the same thing. But he actually doesn't say that. If you want to go ahead and roll clip one and take a listen.
He told me you killed him. No, I am your father.
So he never says, "Luke, I am your father." It's "No, I'm your father." And it's like, I vividly remember as a kid that absolutely was not the case. I remember as a kid that was something that, and people make fun of it all the time. People quote it all the time. Maybe that's where it all started. Somebody misquoted it. Somebody had, something maybe they caught it as a joke, or they heard it one time on a show, or maybe they were doing some kind of I don't know, Carson Daly stuff. I don't know, back in not Carson Daly. I'm thinking who's the old talk show guy from the 60s and 70s?
Johnny Carson.
Johnny Carson, there it is.
There you go. Look at that.
I'm only 39. I don't know that stuff. So, it might have been something that they heard on a talk show, and then they just took it verbatim. Like, okay, it might have even been a like draft copy of the movie that wasn't the final production. So what they put in the theaters was actually different than what they showed on these shows when they go and do these tours to kind of market the movie. Mm-hmm. Either way, there are I would say more people that believe that it says, "Luke, I am your father," versus "No, I'm your father." So that's kind of, for me, at least, besides the Nelson Mandela stuff, that's where it kind of kicked off in that direction for me, because this kind of started me down that rabbit hole. I don't know necessarily if, I just don't know what to believe. There's another one out there, if you want to pull up clip 2, and it's another movie. It's of Lord of the Rings, and it's with Gandalf. And it's of the scene where he's basically fighting this mountain. They took the shortcut to go through the mountain to cut time off of the whole. Anyways, you got to watch the movie to know what it is if you haven't seen it. But basically,
yeah, thank God I have not seen this. These movies are absolutely horrible in my opinion. So,
well, I think that they didn't do the books justice, but who knows? But I thought that Gandalf always says, "Run, you fools," just like it says in the title. But it's "Fly, you fools." And when you hear it, even in this clip, you can't tell. It still sounds like he says run, but it actually is fly. And they've come out and discussed this repeatedly in different interviews. So if you want to go ahead and play clip 2 there.
Fly, you fools.
Well, that was delayed for some reason. You want to do it one more time?
Do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of delayed on my side.
It's doing that weird, stupid thing with what the hell's going on with StreamYard.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I know I had T-shirts made up that said, "Luke, I am your father," because that's my grandson's name.
Well, and I wanted back to that is from Tommy Boy when Chris Farley, that was, like that, Luke, I am your, and I mean, growing up, for sure, I did that in the fan. So.
Here you go. I'll run it. I took my cam off to maybe. I don't know why StreamYard is doing that thing lately with the little internet thing. But here, try it again.
Fly, you fools.
Yeah, so he says fly. Now
he totally says fly. Yeah.
But if you like, I could have swore he said run, you fools, and millions of people thought the same thing. Now, again, when I began talking about this at the beginning of the show, I had preferenced that these are little subtle details. Like, I can see where people got run, you fools, out of that instead of fly, you fools. So it's hard to tell if this is actually, something, if this is something real. Is this really a glitch in the Matrix? I don't know. Fools, you want to go ahead and pull up the slides?
Pull up the slides. So you want to wait on the next video?
Yeah, the clips. That one's I'm gonna play it later because we have that in the slides.
Okay, yeah, that's the one that really gets me.
Yeah, and actually, when we get to that part, we'll discuss it more. So, but again, and I really don't know how to, if you ever watch the Matrix movies, the Matrix really did a good job of explaining, like, when they talk about deja vu, well, that's something changing in the Matrix, but nobody around them that is inside the Matrix is aware of anything changing around them. But the people that have been extracted from the Matrix that now gets reinserted into the Matrix knows that a deja vu is a glitch. Therefore, something has changed. Therefore, something bad's about to happen. So a lot of people theorize that that's really what the Mandela effect is like some people remember certain aspects of certain events happening one way, and then we get told, no, that never happened. And there's millions of people that remember it exactly how we said, and nope, never did. So some people think that maybe that's where we branched off into another multiverse, and the next thing you know, here we are talking about it because we have the internet. And it's, like I said, it broke down that communication barrier where people can actually discuss like what we're doing today and what we're sharing today. Because I would imagine there's some of these slides in here, there's some of these pictures that people are going to be like, what the hell? Are you serious? Because I vividly remember this stuff when I was a kid, seeing it, and I don't remember how apparently reality is.
Well, you look back and you look at before, like maybe AOL was like the first thing where you saw people, kind of communicating with each other on the internet. And before that, I mean, what the hell were you going to like write people letters and tell them, strangers about this, put a message in a bottle and hope somebody else weird finds it,
Right.
So, things now where it's just such an open form of conversation that, here we are.
Right. So I guess when we get into these slides, you want to go ahead and click over to the next one. When we get into this, I guess kind of want to get the chat kind of involved in this. I've got some of these slides that are labeled 1 and 2. It'd be kind of nice to kind of get some feedback from chat, which one they think it is whenever we roll through these. And I'm not going to go super fast. I mean, I definitely want to hear what Gutters and KJ say about some of these. I know that Fools and you, Dub, you guys aren't really culturally adequate for some of this stuff. You don't know, like, you don't know who Shazam and Kazam are. You don't know this stuff.
Not sure what he's trying to say there. But the Shazam one. I mean,
Shazam happened.
See, okay, so you're on board with Shazam happened.
Yeah,
I vividly remember the movie, but maybe I'm insane.
No, Shazam never happened. It was Kazam.
I know say it didn't, but
you say.
The hell I say. Exactly. Yeah. But
he had his parachute pants, bruh. Like,
well, I want I want to stress, this is not a Traveling Fools trivia night. Okay, there is no right or wrong answer. I'm just curious from the chat's perspective what they remember seeing, or if you've never seen these images, don't worry about it. But I'm curious from the chat's perspective. I'm curious from
this really did happen. Sinbad really did.
He has it. So we'll have to have a watch. I've got a VHS player. We'll have to have a watch party.
Well, I know that they said that there are VHS ones out there, and that's where people were saying, no, I remember this. But Sinbad has been on talk shows talking about how he's never made this movie.
No.
Yeah.
Not possible. No.
Yeah. Bullshit.
I'm telling you.
You guys are already subscribed to what I'm doing here. All right, so we'll go ahead and just get started. I think that this one was a good icebreaker, but we'll go ahead and switch over to the Shaggy image, if you will.
Well, I need some proof. I need something. I need more on that.
This is affecting KJ. Okay. She wants to know.
Well, the rest of these are going to affect her too. Trust me. But I did put proof in the other ones. I just couldn't find proof of this.
Yes, he was the genie. Just saying. Okay.
I did find the cover that Niels was talking about. I did find a VHS cover. But I didn't want to put it on there because I've read instances where people were said that they were bootleg copies of stuff brought out there that wasn't real. So I don't know. So I didn't want to put it on. But by the way, to preference this, everybody needs to know this is all for fun. I'm not sitting here saying I subscribe to any of this stuff. It's just fun. It's a mind teaser. It just kind of opens up different possibilities. I'm not here to try to spread false information. That's Traveling Fools' job, not mine.
Actually, that should be Butter's
Shazam
job.
really did he was the genie.
That was actually Shaquille O'Neal. He was the genie, and it was Kazam.
They say that Shazam never existed, but everybody remembers it. I don't know. Yeah, I've seen him. He even tweets about it, saying, "Y'all are full of shit. I never made this movie."
Really?
Well, I did just look up his filmography, and it's not on there.
No.
Well, they deleted it.
Yeah. See, KJ's right, and she substitute her own reality with her own.
Yeah, that's right. Kazam, I definitely didn't see Kazam.
Yeah,
it existed. I know it did. I would tell you both.
That's funny. Wow.
You want to move to the next one, Baker?
Yeah, move to the next one because this one here, right? Okay, so I didn't know this one either. This one, man, everybody's calling me tonight. This one here, I actually just learned about this whenever I was kind of going through these. But on one image, you've got Shaggy with the pronounced Adam's apple, and on the other image, you've got him without. So I guess I'm curious from your guys' perspective, Gutters, we'll start with you. Which of these versions of Shaggy do you remember from the original Scooby-Doo?
Well, here's what I'm going to say is, I believe I remember him with an Adam's apple, but it didn't look like that.
It was very pronounced. Now, I would agree. I think that this image that I found, this one was kind of but it was the best one that I can get side by side, so I just kind of left it. So you're subscribing to number one. What about you, KJ?
I mean, I'm going to go with number two because I think it was more of just the gulp sound.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was the exaggeration and you would just assume. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you're definitely onto something, and a lot of other people have said the same thing. It is actually number two. He never had an Adam's apple, and none of his videos ever show that unless he's gulping like he's scared with him and Scooby, or if he is eating something. So that's why, again, these little tiny, minute changes makes you think like, okay, hold on now. Did he have an Adam's apple? I remember him having them in the movie or in the cartoons, but I don't know if it was because he was always eating. So like 10% of the show was him freaking swallowing food. So there could be that whole misremembering of that.
Yeah, I wonder why I trust nothing.
You remember who the voice of Shaggy was, though?
No.
Casey Kasem with his top 40 hits.
No way.
Yeah, that was Casey Kasem.
Oh, I love that.
Was it really?
I loved Casey Kasem.
No, it was Shaggy.
Did he do Scooby too? Didn't the same one do? Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I know he was Shaggy, but yeah.
I was too cool for these cartoons. I was more of a Transformers guy.
See, I already learned something tonight.
What's that? Enlighten us too.
Well, I had no idea Casey Kasem did the voices on there.
Yeah, that's cool.
I had heard that, but then I forgot about it. So click over. I put in here the actual proof. That way everybody can see. This was ripped from the original 1970s, I think it was, version of the cartoon. He does not have the Adam's apple. Again, though, a lot of people do remember it. This was kind of a softball one, but they progressively get weirder, let me just say. But this one did. I will say that I had forgotten this was a thing. Whenever I was going through all the images, I was like, wait a second, Shaggy? And then I started remembering, oh, okay. But this one was kind of new for me. So yeah, but this one was from the original. Did any of you guys, when in your youth, I know that we're only 39, so it might have been before your time, but did anybody here watch the Scooby-Doo cartoons?
I did.
Yeah, for sure.
Grew up on them.
Yeah, I figured that most of these images in here are pretty widely known, so I'm hoping we're not going to throw anybody for the loop here. So, okay, on to the next one. Let me set this one up by saying that this one I absolutely did not know. But again, there's subtle differences. You've got Looney Tunes and Looney Tunes. Now, I'm going to start with you, KJ. Surely when you were a kid, setting off fireworks on 4th of July, getting to stay up late, you got to go inside and Looney Tunes was probably playing because it was always on at night. Probably because the television networks knew that kids didn't go to sleep when they said they were. So, which version of Looney Tunes do you remember?
Well, obviously, as an adult, I would assume it's number 1, but for some reason, I feel like it was number 2.
All right, so Gutter, same question.
It's 2.
L-Dub, I don't know if we saw this one last night. You have a say on this one?
I remember 2.
Yeah. So, and again, I actually remembered it the other way. I thought it was number 1 when I was a kid. I don't have chat pulled up, so I'm not really seeing. Oh, I see some folks are saying 1, 2, 1, 2. We're getting kind of a mixture of ESOS is saying 1. Well, let me just break it to you that it's actually number 2. The thing about that particular one, if you want to go to the next slide, if you look at the when you see this image, it's like, okay, I do remember this now. The whole, because I remember as a kid, because I was a dork, I was like, what the fuck is Technicolor? And then I remember having to go down a rabbit hole with encyclopedias and stuff, trying to figure out what Technicolor was. Don't judge me. Listen, my autism was running strong back then.
Right. He was high on the spectrum.
That's awesome.
Big time high. But that's why I remember this, and it sparked a memory. It's like, wait a second, now hold on. I do remember it spelled Looney Tunes, and then as an adult, it makes sense because the whole Looney Tunes concept, like they had this whole. If you remember the intro, that's kind of like a stage theme. It was like big orchestras. You had these orchestras that were playing a part of the sound effects. That was what made these cartoons memorable. And plus, you can still blow up people or smoke cigarettes or point guns at them. Which, by the way, we grew up on these cartoons, and besides me, the rest of you guys are pretty normal.
The good old days when cartoons were actually fun. Remember Pepe Le Pew, and then remember when he got canceled?
Oh yeah,
Pepe Le Pew got canceled.
He got canceled?
Oh yeah, because he was
Pepe Le Pew. Oui.
He was too aggressive with his
way too aggressive. I mean, didn't that come out when the whole "Baby It's Cold Outside" song got canceled?
Pepe Le Pew got me too'd.
Oh,
that's sad.
That stinks, literally. It's just
wow. They literally went after cartoons. Amazing.
Yeah, what's funny is they actually thought that somebody took that literally. Like,
right.
Oh, he's gonna do somebody's gonna be offended. We can't have that.
Yeah. By a skunk.
Oh boy, yeah.
He's gonna come on to me.
Ay.
Yeah, well, and I don't think that there wasn't Pepe Le Pew. He wasn't the only one that got canceled. Didn't they come back and say like Foghorn Leghorn got canceled for making fun of people that stuttered or something? I don't know.
Probably. Everything's canceled now, but we won't go down that path. We're a non-political show over here on
not this
Friday night.
show anyway.
If you want to tune into Gunner's Tuesday night shows, you will get your hands full of all of that kind of stuff. So.
We will address the Pepe Le Pew on Tuesday.
That's right.
I need to check that out.
Yeah, you should. You'd like it. All right, you ready for next slide there?
Let's go to the next one. So, again, as an adult, I remember it one way when I was a kid, and then as an adult, I remember it another way. But we'll L-Dub, we'll start with you on this one. What do you think? Is it number one? Is it number two? And not that you know what it is now, but what did you originally think when you saw the picture?
Number two.
Number two, Fools. I think you're the same way, right, on that one.
I'm gonna hold my piece on this.
Okay, all right. So, Gutters, what do you think? One or two?
Yeah, I thought number two.
Okay, and then KJ.
Number two. That's what I.
I thought it was number two as well.
I grew up on this game, and this was my favorite game. My whole family hated me for that fact. I knew that this was number one, but keep going. But anyway, I was waiting.
I had no idea though. Like, this was also my favorite game as a kid. We played this all the time. That and Phase 10.
Oh yeah, we played a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, this was the one that you can. I mean, I hated being the banker, but if it meant getting everybody to play, I would always volunteer and fall on that grenade. But I think people get this mixed up because of Mr. Peanut. I think he's got the monocle and whatnot. So again, these little slight differences, people misremembering. I'm not certain that. I remember seeing there was one image, and I found it online, but I chose not to use it. If you want to roll the next slide, it shows that it is number two. I found the original. I guess that's the original box top that shows they didn't. But if somebody wants to Google hard enough, there is another image from way back in the 30s or 20s that had one of the get out of jail free cards that had his
go to jail free.
Yeah, go to jail. Get out of jail free cards that had him wearing a monocle. And Parker Brothers never came out and said anything that was a misprint or whatnot. Who knew? But this image was floating around before deepfakes were ever a thing. So, did you guys ever get into that show? Silo. It's on Apple. No. It's on Apple TV.
Silo?
Well,
no.
So basically, it's a show, and there's a reason why I'm bringing this up. It's a show that is about these people that are stuck in basically a nuclear bomb shelter that goes really deep underground. So it's got like 80 something levels going down, and at the very basement of this silo, that's where all the mechanicals at, and that's where all the power generation's at, or where the water comes from and whatnot. So like to keep people alive, mechanical's the one that keeps it going, right? And then you have its own government system per silo, and they all believe in that they have to stay inside, because if they go outside and actually breathe in the air, they're going to die, right? Well, the preference of the show is all about, they don't know what happened before they all had to enter the silo, because they're like 7-8 generations deep now. So those people that were born there only know this place, and every now and then they find these artifacts from the before time. And so this is like going down some of these Mandela effect rabbit holes. It reminds me of that, because like they find like a what's those Pez dispensers? They find one of those Pez dispensers in the show, and nobody knows what it's for. Nobody knows what it was used for. But if you have one of those relics, it's considered contraband, and you can get basically purged for having it. So it just kind of makes you wonder, like, man, did this ever happen?
Like, trouble for having a Pez dispenser,
right? Because it proves that there was life outside before the silo, because the government has people brainwashed that you can't go outside, and you never could.
That's like a Brandon Fraser movie. Does anyone remember that? What was that, LW? What was that?
Oh, that was called Encino Man.
No.
It wasn't Encino Man. It was the one where Christopher Walken was his dad.
Yeah.
And
yes.
They were under the thing.
Yeah.
Out. Somebody in chat hit us with that. God, what was that movie called? Blast from the Past.
Blast from the Past. That's
Blast
what that. Yeah.
Great movie. My grandmother always loved that movie.
That's a good movie.
What's the silo on?
It's on Apple TV.
Now that you say, I tried to watch it. I couldn't get into it.
You got to give it a chance. It's a slow burner, but once you get going, it's like, oh, you got to get like, I'd say 4 episodes deep before it really starts all clicking. It's really all of these side stories, and then they all start coming together.
Like 100.
Yeah. How many seasons was it? Was it one of those ones they just, did the thing? It was really good, wrapped it up, got done.
It's still going on. So they just did season 3 this year. So
it was like all of those shows. They start out good. Season 1's good. Season 2's good. And then it goes like, what was that stupid one? Lost. Like the first season was pretty good. And next thing you know, it's like they go back and shit. It's like, this is ridiculous. All those shows.
Yeah. Well, either way, just looking at some of these older images from the 30s and then, finding, even the Looney Tunes stuff, it just reminds me of that show because, and I'm not here to say go watch it or whatever, you do what you want, but it's fun because having these old relics from what is our current day, or our childhood now in that show is considered contraband and punishable by death. It's wild. And it just kind of makes your mind wonder, like, did they go through purging all of these Monopoly boards that had his monocle on it or something? I don't know.
Okay, so a couple quick facts about Monopoly before we move on. Number one, it's based on Atlantic City. I'm assuming everybody knows that. All the streets are Atlantic City. Number two, you ever see like the fascinating thing where they were using Monopoly boards during World War II because the Germans were letting POW camps have games because it kept the people from just in the camps from, it gave them something. So they were letting them use Monopoly boards. So what they started doing was in the camps, Parker Brothers was making boards, and only certain people knew about this that would be in those camps. So there was like an elite group of people that ended up in these camps. Well, inside you could cut into the board, peel the top layer off, and there was money, there was maps, there was escape plans for POWs inside the Monopoly boards, and they were putting those out there. It was a pretty cool thing, and they're still in existence out there. Every now and then somebody finds one, and they're marked a certain way. I forget how they're marked, but they're worth a ton of money if you can ever find them.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And the last thing about Monopoly, everybody always says that game takes too long. It's really only a 2-hour game if you play right.
Yeah.
None of this bullshit with, okay, well, you can trade me this and I'll knock off $300 there. No, you got to be cutthroat. You have to go and do it like, no, mortgage them houses. No, going ahead, flip, sell. Oh, no, you can only sell it off at half price. Oh, no, you have, if you just cutthroat, take people out, it's a pretty fast game.
Wow. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I had no idea. There's a lot of.
That's cool.
I feel like we need to do a history show.
That's going to happen. I think that's going to happen over on LWs.
Foreshadowing, maybe.
That's
okay.
The rumor.
Shall we move on?
Yeah.
All right. Next slide coming at you right now.
Boom. Curious George, the curious little monkey. I never watched the show when I was a kid. I'll be honest with you. I didn't have a dog in this fight, but I'll start with you. I'll start with the older 39-year-olds. What do you think, Travels? 1 or 2?
This is one. Don't go with me because I know the answer to all these. I know the real answer, so I'd really rather not be in this.
Okay, I'll leave you out.
It's not fair to the people who don't know.
Well, I know, but I mean, like I said, like whenever I just wanted to preference what you thought it was before you now know the answer. But that's fine. L-Dub?
I'm kind of like you. I don't really remember watching this show much as a kid, so I couldn't call it either way, but I would guess probably 1. I don't know.
Right. Shirley Gutters watched The Curious Little Monkey.
Well, I read the story a lot to the kids, and I always questioned why he never had a tail. So this one's a little hard for me because of that. But
yeah,
Yeah. So there's that. But I always questioned why he didn't have a tail.
Well, so you got 2, and then KJ.
Yeah, I didn't watch it myself. However, I read it and watched it with my nephew, and even now for my little one, and 2 for sure. I don't know that for sure, but my there's no tail.
Right. Well, there is no tail. If you flip over to the next slide, I found a copy, well, not a copy, but an actual image of one of the books, because it was on the inside printing of one of the books. And although I remember seeing this in the library when I was a kid, because, whenever, you're in grade school, that, you have library day, you go to the library and you can check out books. I do remember seeing it, and I do remember seeing it without a tail, because I thought the same thing. I was like, what is that, a monkey, or is this like what is this? It doesn't have a tail. I remember as a kid, again, my autism just fucking went sky high. I was like, wait a second, why is there no tail in this guy? And then, you had a lot of books that people drew a tail in just because they're like, this is wrong. But there are still a lot of people that do not remember Curious George not having a tail. This one not so much. I don't. But either way, I threw this one in because, again, it was more mainstream. Some people might know it or might have heard of it or whatnot. So kind of wanted
to be that guy. That's the book that Forrest Gump is reading at the beginning of the thing, the show. The movie. That ever comes in trivia? What book is Curious George reading at the beginning? And he puts it into his briefcase when the feather falls. He's reading Curious George. Wow. Not to be that guy, but
you were that guy just now.
I am that guy. So sorry.
You are definitely that guy.
Okay. Well, let's slide to the next one, and I'm trying not to slow roll these. We've got quite a bit more. I'm trying not to bore people with these unless they are boring. But and by the way, fools, after this one, I want you to take the next one, because I have zero information on it. You have way more information on it than I do, so you have to take it. So Jiff and Jiffy. Okay, this one hit me pretty hard, because I whenever I was a kid, I vividly remember it. KJ, surely you had peanut butter sandwiches back in the day. Did you ever use Jiff, or were you like a real?
Yeah, we actually bought some today, so that's. I'm thinking 1.
Yeah.
I just got to go with 1.
I would say you're correct that it is 1, but I have a rebuttal against this, because there are, again, images online that show Jiffy being printed on a glass bottle. Now, I did go out and find an actual original image of a 1950s bottle of Jiff, and it does say Jiff. But I think the reason why people misremembered this one is because the commercial back in the day was Choosy Moms Choose Jiff. I wonder if they minced their words in their head when they remembered it, because there's certain times that people remember things, they just kind of glance over some words, so the brain only recalls parts of what was remembered, but they can recall, your brain can recall it back. And I think that's where people get the whole,
well, you see people in the chat saying that, you see people in the chat, they're like, well, I think it used to be Jiffy, then it turned into Jiff. But see, no, I don't think so. I think it was always Jiff. And people just, but that's one of those things, Kirby says, does Jiffy even fit on the bottle?
Right. Well, see, that's the thing. I remember Jiff, and everything, but all the parents back in the day, in the 80s, they called it Jiffy.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I think it was, though? I think part of it is they mistake it for Skippy, because they're Skippy.
Oh, I didn't think about that. That's a good point.
So I think that may have something to do with it. I don't know.
Yeah, you might be onto something on that one, because what other peanut butter was there? What was all the main named peanut butters? You had Skippy, you had Jiff,
Peter Pan.
Oh, the Peter Pan one, yeah, but
Peter Pan, yeah.
Peter Pan, peanut butter. Don't you remember?
Nope.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
I'm a young 39-year-old.
He's the young 39 gutter. You have to remember that.
So, anyways, if you want to click to the next one, it shows the old 1950s bottle. It's the glass bottle.
Don't ever say that again in my presence.
What?
You're a young 39.
Well, you're right.
The young 39. You got to watch out for that.
Yeah.
All right, so there's the original GIF. It looks like it should be full of like pennies.
Or screws, or like washers, whatever you find laying around the garage.
Screws, you know,
Right.
Yeah.
washing machine
Nails.
parts, rusty nails. Yeah, anything like that.
Well, fools, I'm gonna let you take away the next one.
All right, so what do we got? Let's go. Okay. All right, now this is one of the ones that drives me insane. So I think most of the people who are the older 39 will probably remember this. So you remember the movie Moonraker? Remember, and it had jaws in it, and he had the teeth. Okay, I think most people probably... Gutters, you remember that? James Bond, Moonraker?
I'm trying to remember.
And well, they're on the moon, you know, and it has Jaws was the bad guy. Remember the big, huge guy, and he had the metal teeth?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so at the end of the movie, there's this girl, and she was mixed into it. Well, he meets her, and they like kind of fall in love at the end, and she smiles, and she's got this big mouthful of braces, you know, these, you know, things all over her teeth, so it matched up to him, and then he smiles back, you know, and it's like, they match, you know, and they both have these braces all over their teeth.
Right.
You remember that, right?
Yes.
In that scene, it was like, you know, that was kind of the ironic thing, you know, here's her with her mouth full of metal and him and his mouth full of metal, and it went along.
Yep. I remember exactly that now. Now it's all coming back to me as you said it.
Right. So, I mean, great movie. We all saw it. All the people who were older 39 would remember this, watching Moonraker. And, I mean, that was the whole point of the scene. But the correct answer to this one is number 2. Saying that she didn't have any braces or anything on her teeth. Now, this is one of the few ones that drives me insane because I'm like, I remember that like it was yesterday, watching that and going, she had metal in her mouth. I mean, what about you?
Yeah. I thought that she had metal in her mouth. I know that's what she looked like.
Well, yeah. But no, they're saying that this is number 2. So this is one that drives me crazy.
Yeah, I've got it on the next slide if you want to show the.
Okay.
There's a picture from the actual movie.
I remember the guy, the big Andre the Giant looking guy, but I just vaguely. Yeah, I vaguely remember the movie.
I don't know, but
like
she
the
was
details
cold.
of it.
Yeah, she does look like she was cold.
Listen, I just picked out a frame from.
Okay, Baker. Then I'm sure it was this one. You know, this just so happened to be the one, right?
I have nothing to listen. This was this section right here was yours. I don't know what you're talking about.
Wouldn't be a James Bond movie without that. But I specifically remember her having.
It didn't matter what her face looked like, just as long as she.
Yeah, maybe nobody just ever looked at her mouth. We just assumed she must have braces. I'm gonna poke my eye out over here.
Focus.
All right.
I didn't even remember she had teeth.
Her mouth is up here.
All right. Focus. Let's move on.
All right. So you want to go to the next one?
Yeah, let's move to the next one.
All
right. So, I'll be honest with you. Never seen this one before. I found this one during my research. I don't want to say research just by looking at the images, but I didn't know this one. What do you guys think?
It's 2. It's 2.
It's 2. Hold up, it's 2. Yeah, it's not 2. It's number 1.
Bullshit.
No, it's not.
No, it's number 1.
No,
Febreze never had 2 E's in it.
Mm.
Yeah, click to the next slide. You'll see.
I'm gonna run downstairs.
I know. I think I have a bottle. I think I have a bottle here.
Now you're just saying that your house stinks.
What is it? She's got Febreze. Dummy.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know, but that's an old bottle. That's how the spelling was. Yeah. I found another one that says now available in Canada. What in the hell does Febreze have in it that wasn't allowed in Canada? I don't know.
Well, that's scary.
I mean, it's Canada.
Well, it probably causes cancer in California. Funny how things only cause cancer there, you know.
Right.
I am seeing a lot of people in chat mention Team Febreze. I see a lot of people in chat mentioning how the web lies, and you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, there are. I mean, the amount of disinformation out there is almost comical, honestly. But you really have to sift through the noise. But again, I preference this by saying that when people probably always knew it was spelled this way or was this way, and then because of the internet, because people can communicate and all those barriers are knocked down, you have people like us getting together and so many people watching. I know we've got some folks there on Twitter. It's just crazy now. We can all kind of collectively say, wait a second, I don't remember that. And I know I keep saying this, I sound like a broken record, but like some of the stuff is just crazy. And this one right here, I didn't know about this one. This one was the one I found.
Yeah, that's interesting. I would 100% thought it was the other way.
Well, now I'm curious if you went and saw your bottle.
No, but I did look it up in, to buy. Let's say I was looking up to buy it. It's totally it's not 2 E's.
Yeah, it's 1 E.
Yeah, it's 1 E, and I never even noticed that.
Yep. No,
I think because the 2 is sold in that blue bottle now, so visually it kind of leads people to pick 2 because they're not really sold in those white bottles.
Well, no, they are though. I've seen them in those. I've seen them in both bottles, but yes,
majority of them are the blue.
And this wasn't me trying to trick people. These are just images that were already. They came out of a news article that already had that together. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna pull this out.
LW, it says new on top of it.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Even though it's 1979.
Look at the wall paneling in the back. You know, like it's definitely 1979.
It's still got asbestos in it.
And there's these little turtle wax back there behind it. And,
the mop and glow. That's what that is.
That's mop and glow.
Yeah.
It is mop and glow.
I don't know if heating applies, ladies. You have to understand.
Sorry.
You went there.
I missed that. Dang it.
Don't worry. It's nothing. Okay. Final thoughts on this one before we move on to the next. We don't have very many left. I know we're approaching our hour point in the show, so we don't have very many left, but we do have a few good ones left. I kind of saved the best for last, except for one of them. Fools told me to put it in there for some reason.
Okay.
But, go ahead and move on to the next. And get if you want to get clip.
I got you ready.
3 ready. Okay, right. So this one was near and dear to my heart as a kid. Although I remember seeing these movies, I do not remember certain details or aspects, but I do remember having kid toys of this particular character here, which is C-3PO. So, Gutters, did you see this movie?
I did.
I assume we all saw this movie, right?
Yes.
Okay, so which version of C-3PO do you remember? Version 1 or version 2?
I almost want to say, no, see, I want to say 2. I think it was something I questioned. Was why in the hell is his feet like that? Like, maybe I don't know.
Okay, KJ, what do you think?
I mean, I say 1. The only way it could have been 2 is if it was when Anakin first, and which would have been the newer movies. So no, 1 for sure.
I like where you're going with this.
This is from the original. We're talking about the original Star Wars.
1.
Number
1.
Not like nerd, but number 1, not like the nerd numbering. I've never been able to keep up with all that. And you talk to these people, it's like, no, the first number 1.
Listen, Anakin made C-3PO.
Yeah, they're like, that's episode 3, actually, and you're on a finger. And it's like, oh, Jesus Christ, I don't have time for it.
It's good.
Yeah, I know L-Dub and Fools, we talked about this one last night because when I showed this, you guys are like, bullshit. All right, so the answer is actually number 2.
No.
He never had 2 golden legs. Never did. So, Mr. Producer, would you please bring up clip 3?
Mr. Producer, I thought it was you.
Well, this is my punishment now. I have to do this because I was gone for a month. All right, go ahead and roll it.
All right, let me make it big. All right, All right, so here's the scene out of the original. We can only play so much without getting in trouble. Should I mute it?
Yeah, there's no reason to have
Yeah.
This one. So you'll see he's walking away, and then you will see there he's got the silver leg.
This freaked me out last night. I called BS.
I'll punch somebody over that.
Yeah,
She got ahead of
you
it.
go back to the still frame. There it is. Yeah, good job.
Holy Toledo.
I had no idea until last night.
Wow.
Because
And
I
I'm
had
sorry.
in the early 80s, I had all the toys in the early 80s, and he was all gold.
Yeah. Well, my cousin had all the toys, and it was definitely all gold.
I remember.
And I'm sorry if I'm
questioning
ruining
that.
people's. I'm sorry if I'm ruining your whole reality on doing this. I really am, but
I feel full.
I was blown on this one too. I was blown away. I couldn't fathom it. But I went back to the original movie and looked, and not the digital remastered one, the actual original one, and that he has a silver leg. I never noticed it. Now,
That's
the
pretty
reason
cool.
I think that I never noticed it is because anytime you ever saw C3PO, I'm not looking at his fucking feet.
Right.
Sure.
And then
Sure.
number two, he's always like, for me, like that silver kind of blends in with the gold. It kind of reflects a little bit. It's like even on this planet here, which I'm not a Star Wars nerd, so I can't remember where they're at, but Tatooine or whatever it is, you can kind of see where it sort of blends in. Unless if you weren't like noticing he had two different colored legs, you would have never even guessed. But again, these are details I don't pay attention to.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's this one gets me because when we talked about this one, and I mean, I think I was new to this one, I guess last night when we were talking about this, and I was even like, no. Remember, I even went and looked up old toys, and but on the old toys, it was solid yellow, but in the movie, or gold, whatever. But in the movie, here we are looking at it.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know how else to describe it. If you want to bring up the slides again, I have.
You're welcome, Christy. You're welcome.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. Let me.
Wah, wah, wah.
Listen, these guys are punishing me for being gone, and I figured I was going to punish everybody else.
And Jay Snipes makes a good point. This was back when birds were real.
Indeed.
Oh my god. Yeah, if you want to go back to slides, and actually I have a still picture I brought out of the movie, or found from out of the movie. Yeah, I don't
Like right there, you wouldn't notice.
right, and that's why I was saying that's what made me
Yeah.
come to that conclusion last night.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. All right, so we got two more left. The next
What about
one-
Spaceballs? No, I'm just kidding.
Right. What did the bumper sticker say on the back of Lone Star's Winnebago?
I don't remember it, but I remember him having a bumper sticker. I don't remember what it
I
said.
don't know.
Like something about my other rides or something, right?
No, it said "We break for Uranus."
Oh, that's they're making another Spaceballs, right?
Yes,
I
I
saw
saw
that.
that.
I just hope they don't ruin it, but I think that
I'm
I don't think
excited.
they will.
No, Mel Brooks is still doing it. I didn't know he was. That's another Mandela thing. I thought he was dead.
Oh,
Anyways, I can't wait. All right, so these. Okay, so the next one I was going to glaze over. I've never seen this show. You want to flick it to the next slide. I've
it
never
right now.
seen this show. I've heard of it.
oh, I love it. Stop it.
Okay, so which one is it? One or two?
I think it's one.
I would say 2.
Okay, I'm not even going to answer because I don't want to lose my man card.
All right. Are we allowed to answer on this one? I don't think so.
No.
Wait,
I'm gonna-
wait. Oh,
I've never
okay.
watched it.
No, it's Sex in the City.
Okay,
That's
so it's
the
one.
name of it.
Yeah, it's one.
I've always heard it referred to as 2.
Can we get some ladies in chat help us out with this one?
They're all saying one.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, when I
What's the
I've
chat
watched-
saying? Let me flick over to the chat. and see
Andy
what they're
says
saying.
two.
yeah, that's hard. Now I'm questioning my whole
Who
life.
says two?
Andy.
Yeah,
You see
Sex
a
and the
couple.
City. Yeah,
Curator says two.
2. I think 2.
Miss Scarlett's with the lady saying one.
This is interesting in the chat.
I know. I kind of like it. Which one is it? Now, as a guy, this was kind of one of those things like, you had to watch this show kind of like Friends. If you ever knew, if you ever knew any women, like you got stuck watching these stupid shows. And yeah, I've probably seen every episode.
Sex and the City. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Sex and.
The ladies all answered the same way and the guys all answered the same way.
Yeah, I say 2 for sure.
All the ladies.
Which of the women was the hottest?
I know which one. I don't know their name, but I know which one is. the horny lady.
Yeah,
lady.
For sure.
That's
I don't know. I always thought the brown-headed one.
The brown-headed, yeah, she's.
I don't know. I just know they abused a horse in the show. Is all I know.
Oh,
what?
Baker just liked
That's
Mr.
not-
Big.
what are you
Baker just
talking
liked
about?
Mr. Big.
Yeah, I mean, she's on the front of the. If you click the next image, you'll see the horse they abused.
The horse.
What are you talking?
Oh my God! Right there.
Oh
What?
my gosh, you are horrible.
Why the long face, Sarah?
I'll
Alright,
go.
so this
I'll
sex
go.
and-
I'll go.
Yeah, it is Sex and the City. Yeah, 2.
4-2. Drop the other 2 at the bus stop.
Yeah, the brunette and then the
Why
That's
are
funny.
we rating these women?
right, you
Sorry.
dicks. Okay, moving right along.
Me and Pepe Le Pew.
By the way, has anyone seen any of these ladies seen the new series without Samantha? Just saying. Nobody? And then the redhead, she's a les now. There's a lot going on. Anyway. Okay. That's for another conversation.
Yeah, that sounds like a gutter show. That's on Tuesday night. All right. So
I didn't even know they made new ones, KJ. So
Oh yeah, no, it's on right. I mean, there's new seasons now.
we
I
already
don't know.
Yeah. So
Okay. Well, we'll move
anyway,
on to the
at
last
8:00 on Thursday. I'm just kidding.
one. I'm sorry. I got to get off
Okay.
this. All right. Next one, please, for the love of God. I'm trying
But
to
it
push us
was
through
Sex
this.
and the City.
It is Sex and the City.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, next slide.
There was Sex in the City, but yeah.
Was there though? Like I said, there was animal cruelty in that show. All right. This
Yikes.
one's the last one.
Oh, please.
I will-
This one's easy.
I will say that this one makes me the maddest because I scoured the internet and found contradiction images. So, gutters. Is Fruit of the Loom number 1 or number 2?
2.
Katie
2.
is number 1.
No.
Well, you gotta give people in the chat time to guess.
No, because listen, I can't.
The
I can't-
old one was 2.
There never was. It never used it.
Forget about it.
Yeah, if you go look up the history, the Fruit of the Loom logo was never used with whatever that thing's called. The
What would that have been? What is that?
corn of something? I don't know.
I don't know. But it should have been nuts or something. Why did they have fruit? I don't get it.
Well, because I think they did a whole play on Adam and Eve with that whole thing and the Forbidden Apple.
You see, this one I could swear it was 2. But,
Yeah, 100%.
You know, I could just like swear that this one is 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cornucopia, yeah, there was an ESO. Thank you. This one makes me mad though, because yeah, I went through and looked, and so if you hit the next slide, fools, that is one of the old tags that I found on the internet that it does not show it. Now this wasn't the earliest image that I was able to find. However, I scoured the internet, and if you click to the final slide there, I found pictures of. I remembered that, and
Yes.
nobody on the face of this planet is going to tell me that otherwise. I remember this.
So we were right.
So we were right.
No, allegedly
Well,
you're not. Officially, you're wrong. But yes, you're right.
Well, who
What
the hell
are
is
you
the
talking
official
about?
here? We are. We just found evidence.
That was
shows
the
it.
original.
Right, but if you go look at what the company's saying and what everybody's saying is that never was a thing. But this is what I mean is that, like, okay, if you take everybody else's word at face value, then okay, it never had that. But now, you know, I go out and find images that, because I remember these shirt tags having it, although I don't remember when they switched to a tagless design, because I thought that was a fairly recent thing, like in the last maybe 15
I don't know what's on that shirt. It looks like somebody made that shirt underneath. I mean, that could be like some Chinese.
That was probably a white T-shirt, and they did it for like.
It's some kind of tie-dye in art class or something like that.
But the artist probably sued or something, and then they had to take it. Like, there was probably the original artist for the company. You know what I mean? And they were like, no, it never happened.
Maybe, I don't know.
The original artist sues over the Fruit of the Loom thing.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, seriously. And then they're like, you can't use it. I'll sue you.
I'll sue you if you don't take that off the drawers.
Yeah, and I'm sorry.
Underpants. It's like, how many people really see the label on your underpants?
Well.
No, here's a good comment. Underwear is overrated anyways.
Wow. Incognita.
Right. Who wears underwear?
Right. I'd never know.
Oh my gosh.
And I apologize for rushing this. I apologize, chat. This one irks me because, again, I don't remember number one. I always remember number two. Now I know number one's what it is now, but I could have swore growing up it was always number two.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, maybe these are the Temu versions. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be like the Temu kind of type, you know.
Yeah. So I guess, in conclusion of all this, what do you guys think? You guys think that there were multiple parallel universes that we lived in, and we branched off, and reminiscences of those parallel universes touched us, and here we are? Or no?
No.
What a lot of people say.
I just think people get confused because we have too much crap going on in our lives.
Could just been a glitch in the Matrix.
I don't think that at all. I think that they change it and try to get us to believe that, no, it wasn't. You're not losing your mind.
Right. I
Or
concur.
you are losing your mind. Because, I mean...
So, Gunners, you think it's like a whole world conspiracy with like changing the label on underpants?
Well, yeah, all the company would have to do is change it. The company. It just can't be that difficult.
You know there's people that are still wearing the same underpants from 15 years ago, 20 years ago. You know there has to be.
Oh,
no,
Lord, no.
Well,
you know
maybe if they're not
undies.
washing them.
Look, we've been on YouTube long enough. We've seen some people. You know that they are still wearing the same ones. I mean, I know people on YouTube that look like they haven't washed their underpants.
They should just stop wearing underwear then.
Yeah, they should just not wear
it. Ew.
Why could I taste that comment?
Ooh, gosh.
You can smell it.
Yeah, I just think it's I don't know, it's like the movie, like KJ was saying, like about this Luke, I am your father thing.
Right.
It's been said,
Chris Farley made that.
Like that one. It's been said incorrectly in movies so much. I think that's just what people kind of went with. That's what they've heard.
Well, there's even in Tommy Boy, my husband and I always go back and forth because when he's at the gas station and the door like falls off and he's like, Richard, what did you do? But he actually doesn't say it. He says something, but everyone quotes it a certain way.
Right.
So I think it's movies that really change things up over other movies. You know what I mean? Other quotes and such. I don't know.
Right, like Tombstone. It don't. What is it? I'm your Huckleberry, but everybody says I'll be your Huckleberry. But it's I'm your Huckleberry.
Yeah.
I'm your
I'm Huckleberry.
By the way, he made that movie.
Yeah,
Damn, that is such a good movie.
Oh,
I could watch it again and again.
Yeah, but we were talking about it last night. Was it you, LW, or you, Baker, that said that basically, like I said, without him, the movie would have sucked. We all agree. And one of you made the comment that it was basically it was a romance chick flick without him in it. Like if you'd have taken his role out, and that really makes sense. The rest of it was like a story, except for him and Billy Bob Thornton. Billy Bob Thornton in it, and Val Kilmer. Those are the only two characters, and bad guys. But it was so much of a love story, the whole thing.
Yeah, Val was great. It was just, so odd for the shootout, or that whole story to have this major love story in it. It just didn't make any sense to me. But.
Well, they always have to have a love story. That's real life. Come on. There's always relationship BS. So they had to.
I guess. But it was a whole lot of it. With that girl walking around and the frilly guy and the whole thing. Billy Bob Thornton was great, and he's got that line. It's like playing cards with your goddamn brother's kids or something, And
he's great, man. He's great.
He's great.
So it's the best. Such a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're coming out with a new Young Guns. Did you see that?
Oh no! No.
Dude, I love Young Guns.
Well, it was a great movie at the time, but
and Young Guns 1 and 2.
Screw it up.
Is it going to be old guns? You're going to have like an old Kiefer Sutherland. You're going to bring back every old gun.
He can't pick up the gun quite right.
Right, be like the old Don Knotts, shakiest hand in the West type of thing,
No, but who is it that's playing Billy the Kid? Emilio.
Wait.
He's coming back as Billy the Kid.
Emilio Estevez is actually going to be in a movie again? When was the last time he was in a movie?
I don't know.
Mighty Ducks?
One of the 19 Mighty Ducks. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
By the way, I have to say this. So I was at Kroger the other day, and I saw the dude. What's his name?
Oh, the Big Lebowski.
No, off Mighty Ducks.
Oh.
Come on, the heavier kid with the.
Way to fat shame.
No, he that was kind of his, he was in heavyweights too. Anyway, I saw him at the grocery store and I was like, oh my God, I was so excited.
And how did you know it was him?
Because I followed, he went through a really hard Goldberg.
I thought he was going to say I followed him home.
Yeah, no. I've been following him around to every McDonald's.
No, but I was with my husband and I'm like, oh my gosh. And he's like, what? And I was like, dude, that's Goldberg from Mighty Ducks. And he's like, really? And I was like, yeah. But he's like, he really aged himself. He went through years of addiction and stuff, but he's doing really good now. Anyway, it was so cool.
Is he still big and fat or what?
No, not at all. And he's 39 as well. But I ended up messaging him on the gram.
Oh, so she is stalking.
Yeah.
Oh,
no. And I said, hey, dude, I said, I saw you and I didn't want to bother you. Because Josh was like, don't bother him. And I'm like walking down aisles trying to, And I was like, hey, I saw you. And he's like, hey, you should have said hi next time. It was really fun. I was like, oh, Goldberg. Mighty Ducks.
When you're an actor, you got to say, when you're an actor like that, you probably want people to recognize.
I know.
I know.
I should have. But
there's actors who don't want to be recognized because everybody recognizes them. Then there's that person that's like, yes, that was me when I was the child actor. Yeah,
exactly. I should have. But I messaged him anyway. And I was like, oh, man, I'm such a fan. I loved you. And Mighty Ducks, Goldberg. So cool. Anyway, I thought it was fun.
Thank you, Mitt. Thank you. I'll be right back, folks. I will be right back. Good to see you. All right, y'all hold this down. I'll be right back.
So, not that I want to keep beating a dead horse on that one, but was he wearing a shirt that I am Goldberg or something? How did you even know?
Oh, because I just started following him on Instagram because I saw his life story. He really got after, Mighty Ducks and all that. He got really bad into addiction and really messed his life up, and then he's turned his life around. And I don't know, I like to see people doing well, and that's really it. I found him online again, and I was like, oh, cool, good for him, because I loved him growing up. We're the same age, and and I love Mighty Ducks. Come on, and Heavyweights, hilarious movies. And so I can, dude, I'm telling you, I can recognize somebody. Like, I was in Las Vegas and walking out of, the Luxor, I heard someone laughing and I knew right away. I was like, that's Owen Wilson. And I knew it. And he was with a group of friends. And I didn't, obviously like try to go say hi, but I can spot people because I don't know. I grew up watching a lot of TV and, childhood trauma leads you to a lot of TV when you're a kid.
I guess.
Yeah. I mean, really, I can spot like, at the gym the other day, there was a dude and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's the dude from like, I can recognize people very easy. I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of scary. She's like the stalker everywhere she goes,
I don't stalk these people. I just recognize people. And that's why, growing up, like I remember people. I remember their names and I remember who they are. And that's just what
What's that movie? Who's the one guy? He died recently. Really good actor, heavyset blonde guy, not Chris Farley, but played more artsy movies.
Oh my gosh. Hold on. I know who you're talking about.
Few
Yes.
What is that one where he's playing like the washed up kid star that's friends with the other guy, like friends with Ben Stiller?
Ben Stiller.
Yeah, what was that
Yes. Movie? Oh my gosh. I don't know. What's the name of that movie?
That was really funny.
It's the one with Jennifer Aniston, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He learns the salsa dance. Ben Stiller.
Yes.
She's the one. Maybe is that the name of it?
No, not She's the One. No.
That's the one where he takes her out and he gets like food poisoning or something, or eats Indian food, or
yes, that's it.
He's pretending to be like like anything she likes. Yeah, and he flushes like he stops in her toilet.
Along came Polly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He uses her like wash his ass or something. Yeah, this.
He was so good. Oh, he was so funny.
He was great in so many things. What was that one? Empire Falls. That he was really good in that.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's a great one. It's got Paul Newman. Great. It's a 2-part series. Empire Falls is great.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to look at that.
Yeah, so why don't we go on ahead? We'll do this. We'll drop the link for a minute. If anybody does want to come up here and say anything about, definitely about the topic of the night. If anybody does want to come up here and add anything to it, we would welcome callers. We can only bring one person up at a time now. That's the only kind of layout that we have. But I would happily drop the link if everybody's cool with that.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
While we're 90 seconds.
Yeah, and Gutters LW for you. If y'all want to drop the link in stuff that you got going, you're more than welcome to.
Alrighty.
So while we're waiting on, or if anybody wants to join, I do want to wrap this up and say that, again, all of this is, you believe what you see. I don't know if some of these were fake that I found. I know that doing the research, there were some credible sources out there that was posting out there. I think it was more, some of those stuff was satire type pieces, but it definitely gets the mind churning in different ways. And that's what I was speaking about earlier, is that, this is called the Mandela effect because there was an effect. So what's the cause? Well, I think that, if you do look at the possibility that we are living in a simulation, and theoretical physicists are actually looking into this with mathematics. And if anybody's interested, I recommend searching Dr. James Gates. He is a physicist from the University of Maryland, and he's been working on studying mathematics in the cosmos and how he's found basically binary code in basically subatomic particles. And he's working on this theory that maybe there is proof that we are in some kind of a simulation, like something, all this stuff that we see is procedural, right? So it's really interesting to go down that rabbit hole. That was one of the ones that I found myself going down whenever I originally started learning about the Mandela effect. But yeah, James Gates, that's his name. Look him up. He does reality-based Code of Creations is something he's done. He's been on various podcasts. He works with Neil deGrasse Tyson a lot, so he's a credible person. But yeah, he's got several older, I guess, topic discussions where he was a keynote speaker talking about what he's found in symmetry and how string theory kind of ties into this. So, like I said, there's a lot of different rabbit holes you can go down with this, but it's very fascinating. At least it is for me. It gets my mind turning. But yeah, that's all I've got for this. So I'd be curious if anybody out there wants to join. Maybe you've got one that we haven't heard about. Maybe you got one you want to talk about, or maybe you just want to call it fools of a dummy head. I don't know.
Most people probably do want to call me a dummy head. The one thing, just to close this up, we do. I did hear a beep, so let me look and see who's back. I did. Like the one thing with the Mandela, I wish it was named something different though, because it always did bother me that it was called Mandela effect, and the fact that it was like people thinking Nelson Mandela died, but it was like, well, wait, he got out of prison and became president. So, you know what I mean? That always kind of, with the whole thing. But it's an interesting topic, and that's cool. And a lot of things it's surprising whether it's some kind of time or just. Isn't it funny how we all remember something different? You know what I mean?
Yep. Well, I think that just tells you how our brains work, and how we remember things and how our brain stores those memories. Like I said, I don't think that it captures everything. It captures certain events, but it leaves out some of the details. It kind of fills it in on its own. Right. So, and that's where I think a lot of this comes from, is that this is just a human brain working like the human brain does. And now that we've got the internet, we've been able to wait a second, I don't remember that. So anyways.
100%. All right. So we got a beat. We do have somebody coming up. Somebody else came up too. I don't like the way LW, are you seeing at the bottom of your StreamYard, can you actually see who the people are, or is it
no, might have to go to that other thing you showed me last night.
Ooh, maybe. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not letting me see who the actual people are. All right, so we're just going to go in order here. We do have 3 people in the back. Let me. Okay, so now I can see who they are. It's weird. Is it cutting you off too? Like you can't see it?
Yeah, I can only see the. Oh, there it is. When you pull that people up, for some reason you can scroll down on the other.
Yeah, I can see it. All right, first up, we're just going in order. What is going on, Nils? How you doing, brother?
Hey, buddy. Got my T-shirt on just for you.
There you go, hanging out over there at the good old Lake Altoona.
Yes.
Lake Altoona, that's a nice lake over there. I do like it. So what do you got to add to this, Nils?
Good stuff tonight, but I do remember on the Lucky Charms cereal box, and then there was more too, with more cereal boxes, but he used to carry a pot of gold, and then there was one where he was just running away and didn't have the pot of gold in his hand, and then there was something with the 3 chefs with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch deal.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of those.
I don't have any pictures to share, but yeah, I do remember that.
What'd you think about the one with C-3PO having the silver leg? I mean,
Good Night was actually the first I've heard of it.
Mm-hmm. Last night when we were putting this together, that was the first time I'd ever heard of that one too. So I was really surprised. That one really kind of got me. But most of the other ones you can see either way. But how in the heck, growing up watching Star Wars all through my whole childhood, it was like, how did I never notice that?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a few, I heard about the Berenstain Bears and things like that. The Shazam thing, when Baker started off with that, I was like, we just watched that movie back in February. I was like, we still have the original VHS tapes. We kept all of our original VHS tapes.
Yeah, I've got stacks of them too.
So I was like, literally, I could do a stream and show the movie one night. I was like, that blew my mind. And
what was the name of it though?
Shazam.
So it was Shazam.
Let's do this. So let's do a stream and you show the movie, because they can't copyright us for it because it doesn't exist.
That's
point.
True. That's
so
true.
If you got the movie, let's show it. We'll be the biggest show on all of YouTube, right? Showing. They can't copyright us because it doesn't exist.
That's a good idea.
We'll sell tickets.
Hell yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, my only thought could be it's a different. He was a genie in a movie. I saw it. I remember it had to be the 80s. So I late 80s, early 90s.
80s, early 90s. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
They say it doesn't exist, KJ. They
Well,
say
I mean,
that
it must have been a different movie named something else then.
Now there was a parody that Sinbad did come back and do, making fun of the fact that they had. I think it was on College Humor. But if you were to ask even ChatGPT Shazam with Sinbad, it'll tell you there is no movie called Shazam starring Sinbad. It's a well-known example of a false memory known as the Mandela effect.
Well, when I hear Shazam, all I can think of is Shazam. What was that dude who fixed the cars?
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Gomer or Goober.
Yes, Gomer.
Shazam. Yeah.
right, exactly.
That's what pops in my head right away. But
I'm related to Gomer.
Yeah, 100%.
You are not.
I am.
You related
Stop it.
to
What the strange
Goober
thing
and
is,
Gomer and
the biggest thing to me is we're
Gomer.
constantly changing the names of things. I mean, they tried that marketing deal they went from Coca-Cola in the mid to late 80s from Coca-Cola to just Coke, and it switched it back to Coca-Cola. They've changed. There was something with the label too on the original Coca-Cola label. That's another Mandela effect thing. When all this started out, I was like, wait, no, I have that. It's like I have the original Berenstain Bears with the E, not the A. I was like, we have the Shazam movie. We have one of the old 80s Monopoly games. And I was like, this is fucked up. This is weird.
Well, remember when they changed Kentucky Fried Chicken to KFC? That really happened.
Yeah.
They say it's because they weren't using real chicken, but I don't know.
Well, now Dunkin' Donuts you'll see just Dunkin'.
Yeah.
There's no donuts now.
Real thing.
So I think it's just.
We all know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just changing. Yeah.
Even like up here, look at 92. 92 used to be Cherokee Road. Then it was Ackworth Road, and they changed it to something else.
Right.
It's like, what the hell? So, I mean, they're constantly changing the names and stuff, but crap like this is, I'm not going to say crap because it's very interesting, but items or topics like this is very, very interesting.
Right. 100%.
Over 3 decades.
All right. Well, we got, at the moment, we got 3 other people in the back. We're trying to keep this to 2 hours. You got anything else for us, Nils? We really do appreciate you popping on, man. As always, we got to do the thing too. We're really going to do that with the Mothman when you get back home. And give me a shout in the next couple of days if you want to, man. Monitor the stuff you're watching. Just don't tell anybody why you're giving me a shout. You got me.
Roger that. I did send you an email.
Oh, okay, cool. I will check that instantly. So, or as soon as the show's done. But yeah, Nils, all right, love you, brother. Have a good one, man. We're going to bring up the next person. Appreciate you, Nils.
Love you too, guys.
Later, Nils.
Bye.
Take it easy, brother.
All right, next up, let's see who this is. We have,
hello.
the hell do we have? Where are you coming in at? Oh, over here. What is going on? How you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Nothing, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I met you at on the Paranormal Roundtable.
Paranormal Roundtable. That was fun.
Yeah, you showed up one night. That was my first time there too.
Oh, okay, cool.
That show too.
Be cool.
Yeah, and I followed you guys. You dropped your link, and I followed you from there.
Oh, awesome, man. Well, welcome over here. Always love getting new people over here. What do you go by?
Oh, anything.
Right.
I mean, well,
it's not letting me see. StreamYard's acting weird. So it's not letting me see everything.
That's me in chat. Kirby.
Kirby. Okay, cool.
All right.
All right, Kirby. So, what do you think about this? What do you think about all this?
Man, with just like the Paranormal Roundtable and the Bigfoot stuff, Flat Earth, all this stuff, I go back and forth, right? Because it's fun first. For me, it's fun, right? And then when someone presents something, they always present it and they have some like great evidence, and I'm like, I'm on board, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then someone else comes up and presents something on the opposite side. I'm like, I'm off board, like in space real.
Okay, well, we have to ask
anymore.
We have to ask the question because this is one of our questions we ask everybody that comes up on any of these panels. Do you believe we landed on the moon in 1969?
Wow. See, again, back and forth. I know. I think we all know the evidence and non-evidence and all that stuff. The stories, right? So, like, man, That is the one. That is another. That is what I'm saying. Like some of these are just so 50-50. You know, it's
Right.
confusing.
Yeah, I have a. And
Let me-
that's the thing you brought up. You did bring up the flat Earth people. It's such a funny thing. I gotta get, if you know anybody over there from this paranormal thing,
do
I
not
want
know.
to find like a real one of these people who actually isn't just some small channel, like a real person who believes this totally. Because I'm fascinated with the people as to because you can
okay.
listen like to your credit, you can listen to these people for 15 minutes and all of a sudden you're like, oh, hell, that's pretty flat.
Right.
You're like, no, and
Right.
you're smacking yourself in the face. You're like, no, it's not. No, it's not. There's no way that this Earth is flat.
I know two guys that really they didn't present anything to me, right?
Right.
Everything I found out was through internet, the devil, right?
Right.
about it. But the reason why these two guys stand out and don't have to present anything to me, because one's a pilot and the other is he drives a submarine, in the Navy. He was in the Navy, he drove a submarine. So you would think out of all the people that would not be flat Earth people would be a pilot and a dude that drives a freaking submarine around the world.
Right.
Because some of the flat Earth stuff is like you would hit the ice wall if you went too far down.
I love the ice wall. I love the
yeah.
ice wall.
I love it too, man.
I want to know what's on the other side. I'm dying to know.
And okay, here's the pilot one, right? This guy believes in flat Earth, right? And the reason why I can't get you to this guy. I can maybe get you the submarine guy, but he's very reclusive. Like, I might be able to get you that guy.
I would love it. I'd love to one night cover that topic with a guest that can come on here and present it to us. I mean, we do this for fun. Some things different of us are, we're all in different places. I'm more in like ancient civilizations and, history and stuff like that. Different people have their different things. We just all like talking about this. We just find it fun,
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. The pilot guy. Now, this is the reason why he pulls me into the world is flat, is because one of the things that the pilots have to do, I forgot the destination and where it starts or goes from, right? It starts like somewhere in North America and you end up in Australia, I think. Instead of flying in a straight line, you have to hit these spots just to go there. No plane flies in a straight line there, right? And he's been flying for all these years and he's always taken that path,
I know the path. And you go over, everything's frozen because it's kind of bouncing up towards Russia.
Right.
It totally makes sense though. Like when you think about emergency situations or they want to try, and this is kind of what I've heard on that topic, is they want to stay within being able to make emergency landings if they need to. They want to stay within being able to, if there's, some situation like that. If you're way out there in the middle of nowhere and something goes wrong, there's nothing you can do. You can't buy time. You can't buy anything. You're like, holy shit, we're out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean and there's, nothing we can do. So they do kind of arc the path. So if need be, there is an emergency place. So there is that argument there, but that's what I would like. That's fascinating. I would like to have this conversation with somebody.
Plus, they have to pick up other passengers at different locations up to go to Australia.
It's a business. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But another on that same point, right? With that guy, when I was talking with that guy about it, there was a woman who's what are these nurses? Travel nurse, right? And she chimed in, right? And I was, like I said, if you present something and it's convincing enough, I'm on board.
Right.
I don't absorb it, and it's not part of my. Oh, this is my dogma. you know. So like, she chimed in, and instead of like convincing me, she pushed me to his side. Because I came up with what you were talking about, like there's reasons why you have to do that, right? So I was trying to reason that out. Like, there probably is reasons, because there's highways in the sky, right?
100%.
You cannot fly directly freaking from one country to another country. They're still gonna shoot you down, right? They're gonna detect you and they're gonna shoot your ass down. If you're not in that specific highway that they allow traffic through, they're gonna shoot you down. See, this woman chimed in and said, "There's no highways in the sky," you know, and I was like, "What? You cannot fly?" Because she said, "I go to Japan all the time, and this, that," right? And I was like, "You're out of your mind. You cannot fly from Japan into China any way, which way you want. You have to go a specific route, or China or the U.S. government is gonna shoot your ass down, right?" So she went and argued with me about that, and I was just like, "Oh my god, okay, flat Earth's real." This one, I want to be on this guy's side.
Right, you want to be able to call these. You want to be able to call these people globetards. You know, be like, "Oh, you globetards out there." Yeah, exactly. I'm right there with you, but I can't buy into it.
Ghosts and Bigfoot are the same way too. You know, like,
yeah,
I want to be on the side of reason because it makes sense. It's all the facts line up. But then we got this butthole that comes up. I don't want to be on team butthole.
Yeah, I've seen
with the fun people.
Yeah, I've seen a Southwest pilot do a whole show about how, you know, he said he's been flying for 30 years and the Earth is flat.
Yeah, right.
He can't see the curvature, but they're only flying at like 30 to 40,000 feet. And when you look at NASA, they're like, you can't even really see the curvature until you're like 120,000 feet.
The submarine guy, right? What his facts were, I could not even. I'm not smart enough. I don't know anything about sonar, you know. And he was just talking about all this stuff within a submarine, right? How they traverse the globe under the water, and he's convinced that the world is flat. I was like, man, these are the guys that would know, right? Imagine an astronaut telling you this. Come on, guy. You know, you're the guy that would know if the world is brown or flat. Like, no, don't be like this.
You would think it would be them, but yeah, I can't, like, I love a lot of these. That's one of the ones that I find, it's kind of like Bigfoot. I find it fascinating to talk about, and I would love to get, if you can hook us up with somebody, I mean, my email is always in the description of the videos. If you could, like, from that other community, hook me up with one of these people. But I want somebody that's, like, legitimate. You know what I mean? Like somebody who can actually come in here with and present this to us in a form of where they actually believe it. I would love to have one of those people on one week to cover that topic, but I can't buy into it. I'm sure this guy will come on and halfway through I'll be like, shit, the Earth is flat. You know what I mean? Every time you talk about that topic, YouTube will put up with that thing underneath telling you you're crazy. But
yeah, so like, man, for back to the Mandela effect, I'm always like back and forth, you know. I'm listening to all sides and it's fun. I take it in. The mass misremembering thing and psychological, it being psychological and stuff, and or neuroscience type thing, like we can so here's the thing. If you look straight ahead, whatever you see in a straight in front of you is what you see, right? But everything around that, right, is your brain filling in the spaces, right?
Right.
Peripheral on the outside, because you cannot see that. So that's why when people missee things, right? You thought you saw someone next to you, when you turn around, it turns into it wasn't your mother, it was your brother, right? Standing next to you, because your brain filled that information and it made it look like that. Because you can only see what's in front of you. You process the information, what you're focusing on, right? So a lot of your brain fills in the missing information just for you to make sense. And a lot of people don't understand that, or don't even can't even comprehend that. That's why we have optical illusions too. You know, when you look at certain obstacles, there's an optical illusion where there's all these squares on a white background, and then when you stare in the middle of any one of those squares, you start seeing circles between those squares, right? Yeah. Those gray circles aren't there. It's just your brains can't process the information going on. So, like, I wonder how much Mandela effect 2 is like that, right? Not an optical illusion, but the same brain process. You know, your brain's trying to apply logic to something that it cannot add up. You know, and if it's that, right? If it's the same phenomenon, same equation doing that, then we go all the way. That's the logic, right? But if it cannot add 1 + 1 = 2, right? Then we go back into the woo, right? Where this place is a simulation.
Not the woo pa, right? Just
So, do you see what I'm saying? Like it's Ouroboros. It's circular, right? You try to remain logic and dismiss everything, but the further you remain more logical into it, it comes back into the illogical, where we're all in a simulation. There's different dimensions. All this stuff become a possibility, because 1 + 1. Your brain cannot process that, you know?
Okay.
Like,
so do you, like, I don't really believe that, like, do you believe the Mandela effect is, I believe, like KJ said earlier, and as well, like, I believe it's a lot of misremembering, and then when you see things over and over and over again on the internet, like we all do now, it's really easy to just believe in something. Like, I don't believe in a parallel universe. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not buying.
Yeah.
It.
No.
Yeah. So let me see.
The Matrix isn't real, people. Okay, let it go.
Which pill would you take?
I think
both.
Baker, is that his name?
Yep. What's up?
Yeah, you were talking about the mathematicians. What were they doing? They were doing that particle theory or whatever.
Yeah, James Gates. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, there is, I don't know, studies going into that field about this. This could be a simulation, you know?
I mean, I can't, I mean, if you've got mainstream scientists and you've got people working in the background that show and prove the mathematics is there, because, you know, there's something to be said about how humans have 5 senses, right? I would argue that mathematics is our 6th sense. We can see things with mathematics that you can't see, even with instruments. I think, was it 10 to the 18th power? We can't physically make anything that can see something that small. Once you get past the 18th power, everything at that point breaks down. So, like, that's when you start getting to symmetry, and that's when you start getting to string theory. So, mathematics is our eyes when it comes to that. And, you know, there is some credible scientists that are going out and looking at this, and they are saying this looks like there is instructions built in the universe. If there's instructions, you know, binary is just code to tell a processor what to do. So, you know, what's the likelihood that this is happening? I don't know, but it is fun to think about.
Is math real though?
Like, sounds like religion.
His math's real.
You know?
Is math even real?
I'm
What do they
pretty
have
sure
that-
math isn't real. That's
Yeah, what
why
is that
we
new
have
math?
calculators.
Your fucking Euclid's rolling over in his grave right now. And,
Just kidding.
That almost
all right,
sounds like
Kirby.
religion.
Kirby.
Okay.
What else? Yeah, I got one other person I got to get to in the back before we wrap this up. But man,
okay.
what, you got anything you want to go out on?
Yeah, I wanted to ask, do you guys know any Mandela effect that is not pop or commercial?
No.
Besides the original, what the Mandela effect is named after.
Which I hated because it was like, no, he didn't. You know, like everybody who was alive during that time knew that he didn't actually die in prison, you know.
So
I mean, I have a Mandela effect. I swear to God, the bank I paid off my loans. I don't know why they keep misremembering.
But so there's none. It's all just pop and
No, it's not just pop. There are other topics or examples that I remember seeing. The thing is like I was saying to the show, I can't recall one, but the thing I was saying is like during the show, the ones that we see the most of are like commercial or movies or music, because there's one for Queen where it says Queen. We are the champions, but of the world he never says in one of the original recordings. I guess he said it he says it in a concert. I don't know. I can't remember. But there's
Queen sucks anyway. So I mean, that's.
Well,
oh my gosh!
I brought him up because that's his favorite.
That's still to my point. That's pop. That's
you're correct. Yeah, I'd have to do some digging.
You got a bunch of people that were doing. You got a bunch of people that were doing acid in the 70s and 80s, and they're like, I remembered everything wrong. Wow, imagine that.
I mean,
so I'm not on either side of this thing. I'm always trying to get convinced, but that would be my I guess chip to throw into KJ's basket of this being all misremembering and not different dimensions, is because it's all just pop and commercial.
Well, but there's other rabbit holes that this opens up, such as the Global Consciousness project. I don't know if you know anything about that, but that kind of sort of plays into this, or at least I think it does, because there is projects and work being done to prove that there is an underlying human consciousness that's awake in all of us using random number generators. This is a whole nother topic for a whole nother show, but basically the gist of it the gist of it is that they had random number generators positioned throughout the globe, and when 9/11 hit, these number generators went nuts. And I'm not saying like that's like an example of the Mandela effect, but I'm again thinking maybe this is all somehow linked together because it's all about the human consciousness of some sort. We cognitively remember that
here we go.
This happened. You know what I'm saying? So to say that there's something. Go ahead.
If you go, like I said, this is an example of going really far into the logical, into the math and everything, and then we come back to the woo, where this is all simulation and this is all this that.
Yeah, there's something to it for sure.
It's circular. Then from that we end up going back into the from the woo, we go deep into the woo, and then boom, we go into logic again.
Right.
Mathematics and all this. Yeah.
Math doesn't lie.
And not a lot. All right, brother. Well, you good to go?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I gotta bring on one more person, and going ahead and keep rolling with it. And we try to keep this to a 2-hour thing. It just makes it a lot, keeps it flowing better. Yeah. But we appreciate you coming on. Please come back. Please come back. Next week we got a really interesting topic. I'll talk about it here in a minute. So,
if you're gonna talk about it, because if I knew this was the Mandela thing, I would have got all the links, the really good ones, and brought them.
Well, wait till you hear. Hang tight. We're gonna wrap this thing up in about 15 minutes. But wait till you hear next week's topic. It's gonna be a doozy.
Nice to meet you guys.
Hey man, thanks for coming up, and thanks for coming over here and subbing up and all that jazz, man. Really,
thanks.
Later.
All right, see you, buddy. All right. So she's been waiting for quite a while. Lorraine, what is going on, Lorraine?
Hi, can you hear me all right?
We can hear you. We can hear you very well, Lorraine. How you doing tonight? Always good to see you, Lorraine.
Oh, thanks so much for that. I still have a weak internet system, so earlier it was all, it sounded like pogo sticks, what I call that type of sound. Anyway, here's what I have to say. Now, I didn't hear the beginning of the programs. I'll have to go back. So if I repeat anything, sorry, but...
Oh, and we lost Lorraine. The pogo sticks got the best of her.
The pogo sticks got her.
The pogo sticks, they'll get you.
Those pogo sticks, they got the best of her. Yeah, we'll wait a minute and see if she can. All right, we do have one other person been waiting around backstage as well. We'll bring her up for a second. Let's see what she has to say. Let me make sure. And we do have Lorraine coming back with us. Hang tight, Lorraine, for 2 seconds. Just brought somebody back up. Are you there as well?
Yes.
All right. So what you got for us? Welcome in, TK. How are you?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Doing good. Doing good.
Awesome. I've always been fascinated with this topic, but not because I know what it is, but because it seems so almost Twilight Zone. And I mean the black and white ones, not the ones from the 80s. You know what I mean?
It can definitely be a gray area for sure. Yeah.
Right.
I
like Outer Limits too. Do not.
Yeah, that's a good. I have some. I have those DVDs.
We have taken control of the vertical, the horizontal.
It's an awesome show.
All right. So what do you got? What do you got? What do you got for us?
Well, like, I wonder if it's not that we're in some sort of parallel universe, but I'm not sure what that means.
Well, I mean, there is the multiverse theory where we actually live in our own bubble. Our universe is a bubble, and then the theory of string theory actually it doesn't confirm it, but the mathematics says that our bubble can actually touch up another multiverse, and they can somewhat intertwine. So it's like kind of mixed realities, but. So again, it's all based on string theory, and string theory has to be proven before that's a thing. It's all theoretical still.
See, I want to learn more about it because this is what I was going to ask because I missed the beginning. Did you, by any chance, Baker, have the picture? Have you seen the picture of? It's that famous painting, and I know I've heard the name before.
Mona Lisa.
No, the farmer people.
Oh, the farmer people. Yeah, the pitchfork.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one. No, that one's new.
The couple? Are you talking about the couple with the?
Yeah, the guy has a pitchfork, and then the woman, is just there. Now, what do you remember? Do you remember an old lady or a young lady?
Old.
I mean, I don't think old. She wasn't old in my mind. She was,
plain?
Plain. Right.
39-ish.
I mean, it's kind of
like you think maybe 30s, KJ, because I saw a very old lady with glasses. She looked like that old lady from the Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh, that's funny. No, in my mind, it was just an older woman, but with. Well, now I'm really questioning. That's interesting. But no glasses. I don't remember glasses.
See, I remember I remember she looked like that lady. I never thought of this before.
That's funny.
But that's who she reminded me of.
Yeah, well, she was funny, right?
Oh yeah, she was hilarious. Of course, the little old ladies back then were always funny like that.
Right.
Because they did vaudeville. They did vaudeville.
Granny was super hot. She was super hot when she was young.
That's funny.
She was actually
vaudeville.
She was really good looking when she was young.
But no, I'm trying to imagine. Let's say I'm just imagining that. No, just a real simple. I don't feel like she was super old. I want to say she was, 60s or no. I don't feel like super old. I don't know.
You got to remember though, when that painting was made, they could have been in their fucking 20s. I mean. You've
You're
seen
right.
you've
No,
seen
you're
these videos from people in the 19 teens,
Yeah.
and the kids walking around look like they've been through 4 divorces and 4 jobs
Because
in a
that's
matter
the
of
way
5
life
years.
was back then.
Yeah.
Well,
So
You're right. You're
Oh,
right.
Crispy's saying you're talking about American Gothic. You're talking about
American Gothic, but
Yeah.
there was 2 different ladies. Like the second lady that I see now, that they say is supposedly the one that I don't remember from when I was little. This one
well,
looks
let me
like
ask
she
you
could
this.
be in her 20s or 30s.
Well, let me ask
But
you this.
plain.
Wow.
Wait, let me
Yeah.
ask you
Just
this. So the
plain
first
Jane.
picture, was it like the guy with the pitchfork and the old lady with the thing standing next? And then maybe he made some money, and the next one it was like the guy sitting there and he's on the beach and he's got like some young Latina woman next to him or something like that. Was it redone like that?
What?
Or
What are you talking? You're such a.
It's a good thing Baker's on here because you got a more mature guy. You got a
I
more
wouldn't-
mature.
He's
wouldn't
like,
feel
I'm
like
doing
that.
better now.
I do
I
feel
make
like
more
the
money.
lady was way older.
he's like
she used
hanging
to
out in
be
South
old.
Beach, with
No,
this girl. She's
Right,
got
Gutters?
she just got the BBB or whatever the
No,
hell
but
they
what
call
she's
that.
talking about and like maybe she was in her like 40. Now that maybe because that was the era, she was in her 40s and he was
Well,
TF
okay.
and he was like,
Jokes, folks. It's just jokes. If we can't laugh at jokes, we
I
ain't got
know.
no life left to live.
kills
so.
me.
Right.
Anyway, let her continue because I'm interested in this.
Sorry. Okay.
Okay, so I am curious because I'm on my phone, so I can't check. If there's any way, Baker, if you could check if you could find a side by side to those 2.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe
looking
good.
for it.
Hey, Mr.
I've been
Producer.
looking.
I
Mr.
can't
Producer,
find the
can you
old
get on
lady one.
this?
No. The reason I'm asking him is because I could ask you fools too, but
Well,
you're like the
I
main
do.
host.
Not
Kinda.
tonight.
No,
Not
I will gladly take my demotion away from being the main person. Let me find this, but I was looking for it when you said it.
No, but
No,
that's a
I'm
very
glad you talked
interesting
about it.
thing. I love that. I love that you brought that up because
KJ, I like the way
everybody.
your camera moves.
What's happening with
Huh?
that?
I know I like
thought
it. It's always like this little. No, it's not me. I don't have
Wait,
control
what?
over your camera.
No,
I don't
I
have
noticed-
my camera on. I have my
not
camera on now.
not you. No, I said KJ.
No, me. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
sorry.
like shifting. It I don't know. It evens me out on its own. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
What
freaking-
can I say?
Yeah, I know. You just there's something comes when you're famous. You're famous. I mean, stuff just happens for you. It just keeps rolling in.
Famous recording artist.
I know. One day I'm going to play some of these things that nobody knows it's you, and I'm going to play some of these famous songs that you're
Oh,
in and sell you out. But I'm going to wait till we get a little bigger before I go on ahead and dox you. So
KJ, I just want to say I subscribe to both of you have 2 channels, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I subscribe to both, and I didn't know the second one is where I saw your music, and you are so awesome.
Oh my gosh! Thank you.
You have
And what is
channels?
your name? Who is this?
I'm known.
I mean,
okay,
on this, yeah.
on this, I'm Tiger Cat, but I'm also known as TK. People just call me TK, and then but I'm T Skates in the comments section. That's a whole other. I just got
Aw,
off skating
okay.
now, and I'm supposed to be Ubering, but
Literally
just had to-
skating. Are you talking about at the skating rink?
listen, she's like Melanie. She's got a
you
brand new
strut
pair of
skate?
roller skates, and she's got
I
a brand
do.
new
I'm
key.
learning the strut right now.
Yeah, but we're not talking about skating.
Girl, I used to
Listen,
strut
lady.
skate. Look, okay, sorry.
Yeah, KJ goes back to the couple skates.
Nuh-uh,
and the
I was strut skating
air
on my
supply
own,
starts
bruh.
playing, yeah. Okay. Yeah,
I
we
do
went through
rinks
that.
and skate parks. I'll just
I
say
love
that. I'm sorry.
All right, folks. TK, got anything else to wrap this up with? We're
One
hitting
other
the
But
2-hour
thank
mark.
you.
One-
Thank you.
Thank you, God. Thank you. No, you really are good.
Oh.
And the other thing I had too, I had thought of a great idea, fools for an idea for a show, but it's more like maybe a more of a caller show after y'all tell y'all's weirdest. Like I worked with this guy who everything was a conspiracy theory. Okay, he believed the Earth was flat, everything, all of it. He believed all of it. But the craziest conspiracy he ever told me that ended up not being true. Remember when Hillary and Trump were running against each other. And remember when Hillary was kind of getting sick and falling down and shit and all this shit, you know what I mean?
How could we forget?
Well, he believed that she was dead, or either very, very sick or dead, and that was a stand-in.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. There's people who believe that Biden wore a mask the whole time. But, you know, I mean, there's, you know, there's only so far I can go. All right, TK, you got anything left for us? We're hitting the almost 2 hour mark.
Yeah, sorry, no.
Don't never apologize for anything. It does nobody any good. Don't do anything you ever have to apologize for. TK, you got anything coming up? Anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to promote before you go? We're gonna bounce here in 2 seconds.
Well, I have a new show coming out on Wednesday called The Gas Money Show at 8:00. If you want to sub to my channel,
there you go. Well, drop your link in there. Everybody go watch TK's new show. We've only got about 3 minutes left before we wrap this up. So drop your link in the chat. Everybody go sub up to Gas Money. Go check it out. TK, thanks so much for coming up. We appreciate you. You have a great night.
Thanks, girl.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm looking what she was talking about, and they're talking about the younger. They thought it was a younger couple. It wasn't that one was wearing the glasses, but like some people remember them as older pictures, and some remember as a younger. So that's what she was referring to, and that's what I can find.
I know.
At least.
Yeah, that's interesting. I love that because I remember that painting.
I mean, I remember the painting, but I remember everybody makes memes out of them. You know, they have one of Trump and Hillary for God's sakes.
I'll tell you the funny. You're talking about the American Gothic.
Yeah.
Right? So one of the funniest things was growing up. My parents, I guess they got bored. You know when people first get married and they're young, they're like, "Oh, let's put a puzzle together." You know, and you know, like every okay, you didn't tell me you and your husband didn't do it, and like every young couple puts together a puzzle. You know, and my parents, I guess they put together the American Gothic puzzle, and then it was like, "Oh, our work of art." You know how people do that, and then they frame it and put it up. Well, my younger brother was terrified of it. He was absolutely terrified of this picture.
That's terrifying.
So my older brother and I, we used to take it into his room and we would hide it. Like we'd put it on his pillow under his blanket, you know, and do like, he'd be asleep in bed and we'd prop it up on the wall. So when he'd wake up in the morning, he'd see that picture sitting there. But we would tuck it in and like put boots coming out, you know, on the bottom of the bed, you know, with the American Gothic under the blanket, you know, pulled up. And, oh my God, I can still go dun, 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 on the piano. And my younger brother will be like,
That's
just
funny.
Absolutely insane.
I didn't know that was the name of it, by the way. So that's pretty interesting to me.
American
I had no
Gothic.
idea. Yeah.
Baker, any last summaries? You know, we've got about 5 minutes before we need to end this, but you know, we're trying to keep it right around 2 hours. I think that's a good time slot. Baker, you got any last things you want to add? Great presentation tonight, Baker. You know, big shout out to you doing that.
Awesome.
Yes, great job.
Awesome.
Well, just like I said, to wrap it up, this is one of those topics that it's just fun to go down a rabbit hole. I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but I really mean it. This is something you can get lost in. You know, sometimes you get lost on the weird side of YouTube and you start watching these shorts and you're just doom scrolling. This is one of those topics for me because it's always fun to remember things like, no, I remember it this way, or no, I remember it that way. And it just kind of makes you think and it starts making you wonder. So I really had fun putting this together. I'm glad we got to do this. I'm not glad I got voluntold to do it, but you know, I'm joking. This was great. But yeah, no, I'm glad we got to do this, and maybe later on we'll be able to expand further upon this as the episodes get more mature and we get more content behind it. We can expand upon this, maybe bring somebody on possibly that can expand upon this. So yeah, no, I think this was great, and appreciate for everybody out there in chat, you know, working with me here, because I was trying not to rush through it because I was trying to keep it within an hour, but I'm not used to doing the main stuff. This is TF, so this is his.
You literally, not literally. I hate when people say literally.
Literally.
But you actually hit it like right on the 1 hour mark with your presentation.
I thought it was great.
Freaking amazing. You did perfect, man.
Wow.
Great presentation.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we got to do this. I'm glad everybody agreed that this was a great topic to go. And yeah, thank you to chat for participating in what I had. I'm glad it went off without a hitch. So with that being said, take it away.
All right, LW. So next week, I'd like to talk about it. You said the other night next week we were doing this certain topic. Is that what you want to go with?
Sounds good to me.
All right, so next week we are going to be talking about kind of a controversial topic. I hope YouTube doesn't get mad at us, but we're going to talk about whether or not the bad people from Germany left and went to South America and Venezuela, and whether or not they escaped. So that's what we're going to talk about next week. I think that's an intriguing topic, and
that should be fun.
We're going to kind of have to walk on eggshells. I think a little bit around YouTube, on the Twitter side, X side, whatever you say. We can say whatever we want. Obviously, Grok proved that to us over this past week. Maybe we'll bring Grok on. He can summarize it up for us. But
I think Grok is currently in a re-education camp right now.
Yes, Grok is re-education. But yeah, we're going to talk about that topic. We're going to figure out a way to do it without, without saying, I guess, whatever. Whether the Nazis went over there and moved, down there, how all that happened, and, the different scientists and how we use them and stuff like that. So I think that's next week's topic. So it's going to be really interesting next Friday night, in my opinion. Gutters, are you still with us?
Yes.
No, she's like, yeah. All right, Gutters, what do you got going on this week?
Not a whole lot. Just, same old. Thursdays and Fridays, that's my thing.
All right, well, go on ahead and promote it if you want to. I mean, you could make it sound more boring if you want to.
Well, we all know we have to remind Crispy because she has a really hard time with her scheduling. So Tuesday nights, we usually do a political show at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, real time, 10 p.m. fake time, Eastern time. And then on Friday mornings, we do a coffee club at 9 a.m. Real time Pacific Standard Time, or noon Eastern fake time. So
yeah, if somebody could type in Gutters into the chat, that would be super cool.
Baker's got it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, all you got to do is type in people. If you're over on my channel over here, all you got to do is type in Gutters into the chat, and it will drop Gutters Pub's link to make sure you are over there subbed up. KJ, you got any cool stuff coming up?
We're gonna do a yard sale. Anyway, I'm just kidding. No, but just check out my channel. I'll be doing some original stuff this week. Posting it, and that's it. Yeah.
All right. Can somebody type in KJ into the chat? Make sure everybody goes over there and subs up KJ as well. That would be super cool. I think all you have to do is type in KJ, and Nightbot will drop the link. What about you, LW? What do you got coming up?
I'm not sure if I'll be doing anything this week. I'm going to try to come up with some new ideas for my show, but if anybody wants to go over there and check out my channel, you're more than welcome to, and should be fun with all these wonderful people, and a lot of you already are subbed, so looking forward to seeing y'all over there.
Oh, Crispy's getting jealous of Nightbot. All right. I will stop telling people, Crispy. I appreciate you, Crispy. You know that. Thanks, Crispy. Crispy's like the best mod in the world too. Just big shout out over there to her. So LW, I think they're dropping your thing on there right now. So
Also to reiterate what you guys already said, Baker, great job tonight, buddy. You did a really great job.
Yeah, it was fun. Loved it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you did really good, Baker. Really good. And I think next week we'll have fun. I mean, this is a fun topic next week. Very interesting topic. So I do hope everybody start. We'll talk here in a minute. Aside from that, we say we get the hell out of here. We're at 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Good night, guys.
Yeah, everybody. I really want to say thank you so much. There's 174 people watching right now, and we couldn't be happier for all of you to have spent your Friday nights with us. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for being over here, no matter which part of our syndication you want to look at this from. we really do appreciate everybody being over here. Any last words from anybody before we get the hell out of here?
No, I think we're good.
No, I loved it. I thought it was so fun. Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop. Give us
See
a
you
whoop,
next.
whoop.
See you next
right.
week.
On that whoop whoop, we'll get the heck out of here. Have a great Friday night, everybody. The rest of your Friday night, and a good Saturday. We'll see you all next week. Hope you come back. See you later.